Guys, and welcome back to another video. It's me, Cam from Cam's Cover, and welcome back to another daily Chelsea transfer news video. And today I'm going to be talking very much in depth for Rafael Leao, Aubameyang signing to be done today, Fofana, Gordon, all things Chelsea. So without further ado, if you're new, I'm Cam from Cam's Cover, and I do daily Chelsea transfer news videos. 80% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you can get that down, that'd be great. But without further ado, let's get on the first story. Now I'm going to be starting off today with going very much in depth in our new transfer target, Rafael Leao. This comes from Gazzetta, who's Italy's leading sports newspaper. Front page, Leao, hunt from Chelsea, translation. Yeah, it goes into a lot of depth about Leao, so without further ado, let's start with the stories. Off, Chelsea are willing to go as high as 120 million euros for Milan star Rafael Leao. Now what I've after reading lots of these stories, what I've gathered is Milan aren't ready to sell unless it's Leao's buyout clause, which is around 150 million euros. But as the way I see it, as long as Todd Boehly puts the money down, things can happen. Chelsea have made contact with Jorge Mendes, his agent, but without dilly-dallying, let's get into more news, which says the Blues are very interested in the Portuguese jewel, voted as the best player last season in Serie A. Contacts have been made in recent days for all above the Jorge Mendes, representative of the former Lille star. It should be emphasised Chelsea have not presented any official offer, and the more the days pass, the less chance the English have of being able to plan a concrete assault on the Portuguese, because Milan would have little time to find a substitute that is up to it. Only an offer close to the valuation of a 150 million euro clause, not active in the last 2 weeks of the market, it would force Masiara and Maldini into a confrontation with selling Leao. Again, lots to take in there. Leao, of course, agent is going to be having conversation with Todd Boehly and the Chelsea team today, yesterday, tomorrow, for the next coming weeks. I really feel like this is a Hail Mary the last couple of weeks of the window to secure a world beater. And let's not get this wrong, this would be a world record fee. This would be a statement signing. Unlike Lukaku, who is a known entity, played for Chelsea before, seen it in Inter Milan, this is a young world beater. Serie A's most valuable player at the age of 23. There's nothing more, as a Chelsea fan, you want them to be linking with the best young players in the world. I'm not going to say Mbappe, but the level down from Mbappe and Haaland, but very close. He's a jewel, said Portuguese jewel, and you would be so happy to be a Chelsea fan if he were to join. Finally, from Core Sport, to end the Rafael exclusive, Jorge Mendes has told AC Milan a proposal for Rafael Leao could arrive in the coming days. Not a bid, but a proposal. The proposal could be the bid, just letting AC Milan know and the higher-ups that a bid from big money Todd Boehly is coming, and it could be coming fast and with a lot of volume. Anyway, on to the next story. So, from the early stages of a deal to the end of a deal, I'm going to Gerard Romeo regarding Aubameyang. Of course, Gerard Romeo, as much as Chelsea fans hate him, he's very legit. He got the whole Koundé deal spot on. Speaking of Koundé, watched Barcelona City yesterday. He looked miles off it. Aubameyang and De Jong, on the other hand, looked pretty sharp. But anyway, Aubameyang is at the airport about to fly to Paris with his family. His move to Chelsea is almost done. So expect the move to Chelsea to be done today or tomorrow, either announced today or tomorrow. Yesterday I was speculating which deal looked like it was going to go over the line first. It was either the Gordon or the Aubameyang one or the Fofana one, which I'll be talking about a bit later, but it looks like Aubameyang's going to come first, in good time as well. We're playing Leicester on Saturday. We need to source the goals then. We need a couple training sessions with Aubameyang before he can get thrown into the starting lineup. But he did play yesterday, as I said, and as he got subbed off, I looked at his face, I thought, is this a goodbye? Evidently it is a goodbye, it was a goodbye, and he should play for Thomas Tuchel's tricky Blues very soon, be reunited with Thomas Tuchel. On to the next story. Mark he left on Thomas Tuchel. Anthony Gordon left a mark on Thomas Tuchel during Everton's 1-0 win over Chelsea back in May. Tuchel was taken by Gordon's fearless attitude, his speed and his persistence that went with his talent, and saw a player with whom he felt he could work. So, Thomas Tuchel, you must have seen more than me. He played very well back in May when they beat us 1-0. Does this have an effect when teams come to the bridge or Chelsea play teams? Does Thomas Tuchel look for players that we need, and does he get attracted by them? Clearly, if it's a player more that Thomas Tuchel wants, I just thought it was a weird press signing that Todd Boehly had. But of course, no. If you back Thomas Tuchel, you back the signing. Of course, £60 million is a bit steep, but you can't do anything about that. £60 million for Anthony Gordon looks like going to be the price. Anyway, on to the next story. This is more about Leicester's financial structure. Leicester may reduce wages to turnover ratio to ensure FFP compliance. They need to sell before they can buy, but asking prices are deemed too high. Wesley Fofana continues to train with the under-23s. So this adds a layer of incentive for Leicester to sell. Not only is Wesley Fofana continuing to push a move to Chelsea by training with the under-23s, Leicester need to sell, and they need to sell fast because the window ends. Leicester want to be on the front foot saying that their master negotiator is getting a world record fee, but in reality it's evil footing with Chelsea and Leicester at the moment, because as much as Chelsea want to buy, we're looking elsewhere for other centre backs. Leicester need to sell more than Chelsea need to buy. This deal should be done this week. And finally, Chelsea have drawn Manchester City in the Carabao Cup third round. Mixed opinions. Yeah, of course, as a Chelsea fan, you always want to get to the final win. But realistically, we don't have to go to Wembley this year, which is good, so we can't lose. Of course, I went to the FA Cup final last year at Wembley, and let's just say I don't want to be feeling those feelings again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for more Chelsea transfer news, where hopefully Aubameyang is holding up the shirt. See you then.